Hello, welcome to Millwall Fan TV. This is a Millwall Roundup, where we'll talk a little bit about everything Millwall, really. We'll start off by talking about the impressive draw against Bournemouth that perhaps should have been a win. And then we will also cover the latest transfer news. Not much to talk about, really. There's been very little news, but we will cover what has been talked about. And then we'll also look ahead to Saturday's away game to Nottingham Forest at the City Ground, where we have very good memories. Let's start off by talking about the game last night against Bournemouth. I mean, firstly, I thought it was an outstanding performance from us. I thought we were outstanding the whole game. My man of the match, my personal man of the match, would have to go to either Danny McNamara or Ryan Leonard. Both were outstanding last night, as were the whole team. And McNamara at right back was absolutely fantastic. And Leonard was breaking up play, doing all the things that he always does well. I thought he did it really well. Last night we were told that actually Leonard was one of the ones that had coronavirus, so that's why he was left out against the of the Coventry game, and we really missed him that game, and he played last night and he was brilliant. So they're my two man of the matches. I thought as on a whole, Millwall were fantastic last night. We went actually in at half time 1-0 down, and I was obviously gutted with the fact that we 1-0 down, but I couldn't fault the first half. We had several great chances. Jeb Wallace should be scoring from one-on-one chances like that. But, it's the chances that we're creating, which is the best thing about it. Obviously, Leonard has had one blocked. Hutchinson's had one cleared off the line. We've had all these great chances and we haven't been able to take it. And that's where the difference in quality is with the Premier League side. Bournemouth, who are like a Premier League side. Dom Solanke finishes from tight angle, beats Barty's near post, which obviously Bart will be disappointed about. But we came out second half and we dominated again. Obviously they're dominating the ball. They dominated the ball. But I thought we dominated the chances. We had 15 shots to their 6. And you just felt like it wasn't going to be our day when Ken Zahor hit the post from a free kick. By the way, a fantastic performance from him too. But Smith comes on about 10 seconds before the free kick comes into the box, and he flicks it into the goal, stabs it into the goal, whatever you want to say about it. It found its way into the net. It was a fantastic feeling to get that equaliser, which is no more than what we deserved. We were brilliant last night, and really wouldn't have. In my opinion, we deserved all 3 points, but we didn't get them. But it was a very, very impressive performance, and if we play like that every game, we will win a lot of games from now until the end of the season. And it was a really good performance, and I was really impressed with that team performance last night. But let's get on to the latest transfer news. There's not much, obviously. There hasn't been much in the press recently about anything. But we'll just talk a bit about Kenneth Zahor, really. Ken Zahor was excellent last night, I thought. Really good performance from him again. Shows what he offers up there. Strength, pace, power, great control. You can see he's that class above, But we'll have to see what happens. Raul has said that he wants to have him second half of the season if he can stay fit for Saturday's game. If he stays fit, if he comes through Saturday's game unscathed, he wants to extend his loan. But obviously, it's not all down to us. It's down to West Brom as well, and whether Sam Allardyce will want to have him back at West Brom, because obviously, as I've said before, West Brom haven't got many fit strikers right now. I think they've got 1 or 2. They're trying to bring Sam in. But hopefully Ken Zahor will be with us for the second half of the season. But we'll have to see, and we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Let's get straight into the Nottingham Forest game. And let's talk a bit about Nottingham Forest, shall we? So Forest seem to have picked up a bit of form recently, actually. I think they're unbeaten in 5. Chris Hughton, the manager, replacing Sabri Lamucci in October, I believe. Again, still down the bottom of the table, still massively underachieving with that squad. That squad they've got is very good. I think at least top half championship, probably more. But the key men for Nottingham Forest, the player that I had to mention the other day, it has to be Lewis Grabban. When I did the video 3 weeks ago, we played him 3 weeks ago. When I did that video, I blamed Lewis Grabban, and Lewis Grabban will be another threat for us. Will be the threat again for us on Saturday. But hopefully, we've got fond memories of the City Ground this time last year. Around that, we played them there. Last game of fans at football grounds. Last game of football altogether until the lockdown. I beat him 3-0, Matt Smith. So Matt Smith will really be pushing for a start here, after his goal last night. He'll be really pushing for a start. Do I think he'll start? Let's get straight into the team news, and let's go with my pre-match prediction and my lineup that I'll go for Saturday's game. So here it is. In goal, Bartosz Barkowski, Danny McNamara, Hutchinson, Pearce, Cooper and Scott Malone at the back. Woodsy and Leonard in the middle, so same as last night, with Jed, Zohore and Parrott up top. So basically, same team as last night. Can't see him changing too much. Can't see him changing anything at all, to be honest, after a good performance like that. We play like we did last night, and we play like that like we did last night on Saturday. We will win that game comfortably. You know, we were brilliant last night, and I don't think any of the players really deserve to be dropped. From judging by last night's performance, obviously Smith will have a, you know, people will think, you know, Smith deserves a chance, and in my opinion, Smith has always deserved a chance, because I think Smith scores goals. That's how I see Smith scores goals. But, you know, I thought Zohore was a constant threat last night, and, you know, even though Troy hasn't quite got his goal yet and he hasn't quite got off the mark, I think once it comes, it will flow for him, and I think it's important we get him off the mark to then let him flow and let him go and let him play with freedom. But there it is. There's my team news. I'm going to go with a pre-match prediction. Here's my pre-match prediction. I'm going to go for Nottingham Forest 0, Millwall 1. I can see us just edging this one. Fingers crossed. And I'm going to go for Ken Zohore to get the goal. So there it is. 1-0 to Millwall. Fingers crossed. That would be brilliant. It's going to be a really tough game. But if we can get a 1-0 win on the road against Forest, that would be a brilliant result. So without further ado, come on, you Lions.